certified chiropractic internist, nutritionist,
Cindy's a fantastic human,
an author,
cancer survivor,
and national speaker.
I am beautiful. I am sexy. I am smart. I am strong. I am powerful. I am funny.
And you might look and go, she's really not that funny. But that's all perspective. You know, I believe I'm funny. So therefore I am. Actually, my kids always tell me I'm so not funny that I'm funny, which doesn't that make me funny? What does the vagina and the penis have to do with chiropractic? And realized it has everything to do with primary care, and did a complete flip in where, you know what, I still love athletes and I still do take care of athletes, but I love this primary care route.
I'm what's known as a chiropractic internist, which is a pretty unique designation. So I treat anything, I should say anybody with any type of musculoskeletal condition, low back pain, headaches, ankle sprains, you name it. So I have a board certification in nutrition and internal medicine. Anything you would see a general practitioner for, I do, but without the use of pharmaceuticals, no surgeries, and I don't deliver babies. Everything else is fair game. So you can come in because you've got a sinus infection, and you can certainly come in for a prostate exam as well if you really want to.
Here's a doctor, like, he's not even using the right words, right, with patients. So how are patients going to be comfortable if they have to talk about a basketball game in order to say, I'm having trouble reaching an orgasm or climax, so I didn't make the layup. And that's where this birth of, I have to, you get this mission, right? Like I have to go out and educate people on using the right words and having the conversations and asking the questions, because we just don't do it.
When I step on stage and there is this connection of a couple things that happen. One, people are actually paying to listen to me. I have 3 kids that don't listen to me. Right? So now there are people in the audience that actually pay money to hear what I have to say. So that was an interesting, win for me, if you will.
When you're speaking to people, what do you talk about?
There's a couple things and we can shift, but mostly it's about how to take something thrown your way that's adverse and making it positive, and at the same time change the language, right? So how do we have some fun when we enter an event that might not be? And we can shift that, whether it's medicine, whether it's sales, whether it's being the most awesome garbage man you could ever be.
Love to talk about poop. That's another taboo subject, right? Like everybody poops. We all have gas. Nobody wants to talk about it. It's amazing how many people don't even look at it, and it's been around long. Like everybody knows now. You have to be living under a rock to understand that, your poop can tell you a lot about your health, but yet it's still a weird thing. And like, we can't get through dinner. Like, you come have dinner with me, we're going to talk about poop.
But I actually love when something comes out of my mouth that's kind of inappropriate, that I didn't mean it to be, and somebody calls me out on it and we get a good laugh from it.
Sexual health is more than just hormones, right? Mm-hmm. There's a mental component, a physical component. There could be vaginal infections. There could be sexually transmitted diseases. There could be trouble with performance. There could be trouble with technique. There could be, I fell off the swing and hurt my back. True story. There's the couples that think that they can't or shouldn't engage in intercourse anymore because erections are difficult and vaginal dryness exists and they're already 70, so they shouldn't be having sex. And I think we should have sex till we're dead if you want to and you have a great partner. I wasn't sick. And everybody's listening probably going, oh, but you diagnosed cancer. How could you not be sick? I wasn't sick. I had moments that I didn't feel well, and I had moments of challenges, but my attitude is that I was and am well. And it's the power of the words. And you take a word like cancer, it has such a negative connotation, and it really upsets me because the minute you hear that word, people start to freak out, which I believe stands for Cindy, not cancer, by the way.
There you go.
That's a better use of the letter. We'll call it little c maybe. It could be a little c because I just didn't give it enough power to make it the big C. At the time I walked through cancer, my mother was diagnosed and she was given that word terminal, which nobody liked. The dog died of pancreatic cancer, and I was walking through an absolutely horrible divorce. So if you want a sob story, I got one for you. One day you wake up with something, and my something was a bump in the neck. It was, maybe a little half the size of a golf ball, and it was sticking out. And as it turns out, that's a swollen lymph node. And I thought, this is weird. I'm not sick. So I waited a few days, and then I thought, this is even weirder because I didn't get sick, and thought, I better check this out. So I ordered my own set of labs because I do that in the office all the time.
And when those papers came back, it's very interesting when you're playing doctor and you're reading somebody else's lab work, and it's very easy to be objective and straightforward and diagnostic, and you make good decisions. And when you get lab work back that looks absolutely awful and scary, and you're reading it about yourself, it's very difficult to actually pull those things out.
Decided to keep a a diary or a journal, if you will, of my experiences, and figured at the end of it, it would be really useful for not only myself, because I've still learned a lot through the journey of publishing a book, but for others to read. And that's what morphed into the book Positively Altered. So the original working title was Pregnancy is Worse Than Cancer. And the book really became very important to me because what I realized was where it was very therapeutic for me to get through that journey. It also delivers a lot of great messages that challenge a lot of the things that I think patients walk through, and not always in a good way. Here's what I'd love to leave with everybody. Find your tribe, build your tribe, get your peeps, walk through adversity, welcome it. It's going to come, absolutely, no matter what you do. Please make it fun, and don't apologize for how you walk through it. And if you want, share your journey with me. I'd love to hear about it.
Thank you so much. That is, you've rehearsed that. You've said that before.
Twice.